Today we're diving into a trail that's almost a mystery, Dominguez Falls. Hidden within Sand Hollow State Park, this is one of those trails that few people even know about, and for good reason. Its location is kept on the down low, and only the brave or the really curious seem to find their way here. We're not tackling this trail alone. We've teamed up with our friends Kevin and Brittany from LiteBrite to see what secrets Dominguez Falls has in store. It's going to be epic, with incredible scenery, some wild challenges, and of course, a few surprises along the way. So buckle up and let's hit the trail.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing a trail that you've probably never seen before.
Or heard of,
actually both. Never seen, never heard of. It's called Dominguez Falls, and it was broken in or broke by our friend Pat Benson. So shout out to you, Pat. Thanks for showing us the trail, and we're looking forward to giving you something that you guys aren't expecting. Let's go. What's exciting about this trail, guys, we've done a lot of trails here in Sand Hollow, Sand Mountain, OHV, what have you, but Dominguez Falls, we've never done anything like it. It's gonna test out your flex. There are some climbs, there's a little bit of sand, and there's a rock portion, so it honestly puts together our favorite components of this park all in one trail.
So Luna's gonna basically lead this trail today because we're tracking it, but they've done it before. So we wanna make sure we track it properly. And
Okay.
Luna, I assume Luna would be able to recognize some of the obstacles and turns and things because we know that she's a fantastic navigator.
What? What is it when you lie on your resume?
Yeah.
The temperature has drastically dropped in the last couple days, guys. I feel like it's honestly, we completely skipped over fall. It went from being 109, 103 until like about 8 or 9 p.m. to this morning it was 38 degrees. Currently now, I don't trust my Jeep. It says it's 62. All right, my watch says it's 55 degrees in Hurricane, currently at, what time is it? 12:52 p.m. So that's pretty cold, guys. It's been raining, it hailed the other day, 2 or 3 days ago. So out here, this trail isn't done often, so everything is still, the sand is really moist, and there aren't any fresh tracks, like none whatsoever. So let's see. That does make obstacles some easier and some harder because you don't know where you're going. So this is what I would consider the first true obstacle of the trail. It is very much optional, all right? So on the right here is the optional obstacle. If you don't want to do it, then you just hang left, and there's a little, you can actually go over there and see, there's a little bit of a climb, but nothing too crazy, just stone. Nothing's really loose. Very Moab-y.
So are you going to try it or no?
So yeah, I guess if Kevin's gonna try it, I'm gonna try it. We'll see how it looks.
Oh yeah, that's a Moab bumpy thing.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very like fins and things. All right, so first obstacle, inside cabin footage.
Still good. Still good. matter. You're good.
For everyone that's gonna ask me if I'm aired down to 7 psi. I'm gonna say though, I didn't freak out at all on that obstacle, really.
Hey, what's going on here?
What up?
How are you feeling?
Like I'm in a hole.
But it doesn't feel bad, right?
It doesn't feel bad,
It
no.
feels stable.
But if I let out my suck down winch, I'd flop.
Yeah. Good thing you have it.
Yeah. But it lets you get in a bad position, in a worse position now.
Yeah.
But it almost made it.
Yeah.
Did I make it farther than Luna?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. She only made it to there.
yeah, you're right.
I gotta find where.
You're leaking gas. as
Yeah,
well.
where? Where is it coming from though?
I don't know. Back there, I see that leak.
That's not good.
This is one of those times that having a suck down, he could have attached himself to my bumper, my rear bumper, but he's currently attached to his axle. So we're having to do
We can unhook it, but it takes time
Yeah.
for you to just back up. I need a soft shackle, Kev.
Soft shackle.
Soft shackle. Come forward, Kev.
Have her pull me.
Okay, just pull in. Done.
I know you said you would have just sent it, but if you would have sent it, you would have fucked. Like that's what
Yeah.
happens. That's why I don't like to send it first. You gotta feel. Damn, that was so close though.
That was close. You did
I
really
wouldn't have
good.
got anywhere close without the suck down winch, but it got me into a worse situation.
Yeah.
Same thing with rear steer. That shit happens all the time.
That was a valiant effort. That's a gnarly obstacle. There's a lot of wheel chocks. And what happens is, so anyways, when you get a wheel or a tire that's chalked up either against a vertical rock or let's say an undercut or something, and that tire doesn't want to climb, all it's gonna do is it's either gonna pivot you, and when it does that, it's gonna pivot your weight. In this case, if you watched, the driver rear tire was under a big shock. So even though every other tire was climbing, this tire wasn't climbing, and it was basically putting all the way this way, which was lifting that passenger front end.
Damn, that was so close.
You were really close.
It was just that hole.
It was that-
As soon as I felt it go up this, I was like, oh, I got it. And then it started going, and I was trying to get my tire to that rock, and all of a sudden it just went whoop.
Yeah, it's that undercut right there.
Damn it.
So the tire, your passenger front tire.
But where was this tire when that
tire.
this was up here?
No.
Where was this tire?
So your passenger rear tire was literally split right across the middle of it. So it was on top of it with half of it hanging off the rear end, half of it on the front
so
end.
I couldn't, because I was thinking, because when that was happening, I wanted to back up and go this way
No,
more,
you wouldn't have-
but I
you
would have
gone
just
back
fallen
and
down. Yeah.
So yeah, that tire was, but it was on top. It wasn't climbing anymore.
Hey, I made it further than you, but you had to win.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here. I didn't even have to diss him. He dissed himself. Honestly, if you would have just stayed like high driver like I did, I think you would have been fine.
It doesn't help in a
Kevin,
situation.
No,
just
it did help.
No, it did, but
It let me make it to here, but then
Yeah.
it got me it let me go further than I should have, because it would have pitched
at
over
that point,
sooner.
you wouldn't have been able to let it back out. You
Kevin,
would've-
just walk it so
Yeah.
people can see how high that thing is. I bet a lot of people are going to say that.
Yeah,
They
no,
can
it's
do
a
it in
it's,
their
it's a
Corolla.
big a big hole. Like, yeah, because that's up there, and it was just literally pitching me over.
Yeah, that's what, up to your thighs, about your crotch area.
Yeah, but it's also
Sand.
it's
Yeah.
also sand. So as it's
And it's
hitting
undercut.
as it's hitting the wall, it's literally just digging underneath the rock.
Yeah. So not really any traction. If that tire had started to climb, it would have been fine. It would have started to settle.
All right, so up next is what I like to call the sketchy U-turn. So I'm not sure if using front dig is gonna make it easier, but for even two doors, you have to back up a couple times to just do a quick left and go into the canyon where the real flexing starts. And that is definitely a cliff over there. I just want the record to show.
It might be a cliff, but it's pretty far away.
Doesn't feel like that when you're in here.
Turn off front and rear lockers.
They're not on.
Okay.
Would front dig help?
Babe,
Not right here,
turn
no.
all the way.
It's gonna make it feel real tippy. All right, time to do a rear dig. What? Yeah? No rear dig! So important thing to know is that if you see us go off trail while we're here in Sand Hollow, are we technically off trail? Yes, but it is completely allowed and legal. And so that's OHV land, guys. It's not like that in Moab. It's not like that in a lot of different places. So don't come for us in the comments. Out here, it's kind of point and shoot. If you want to try something, a rock face that hasn't been done before, if you want to create a bypass, that is all okay and dandy. Obviously within reason. You don't just, you know, go bombing through the brush just because. But if you do see a little bit here and there of going off trail, it is allowed. But again, guys, look up your local laws, ordinances, BLM law. It all differs, so definitely pay attention to that.
Why are you going left or right?
Okay, so that, I think Dominguez Falls, and this is just my opinion, can be categorized in two portions. We just did the first. We kind of went on a dirt road and then we made a left, and now we're dropping into some more canyon-y type of obstacles. So, I don't know. Once you guys run it, let me know your opinion. But yeah, I do prefer to think of it as two sections, one trail.
Obstacle. So honestly, inside I just want to drive around it because it doesn't really look like an obstacle, but like I was telling you guys from when I was talking to you in cabin, was Sand Hollow is awesome because you can pick a trail that exists and you can find your own line. So this might have not necessarily been his intention, but clearly several people have tried it. I'm gonna try. If it feels sketchy, I'm backing off.
Okay, go high on passenger.
And again, guys, this doesn't look like much, but it's going to pitch you towards where like the cliff is. I mean, if you do flop, you're not going like very far. Yeah, that already doesn't feel great.
True to our life, it is very steep, honestly. So it's steeper than it looks like on camera. That right there is what I was thinking. What's gonna happen? Finding that last bit.
Come on, come on! It wants it! It wants
Front wheel just a little bit. There you go. Yep, that's it.
Woo! I don't like this! What's on the other side?
This is a fair one for you not to like.
What's on the other side?
Like, that's fair. You're right. It's higher than it looks. Let me look. Nothing. Go straight.
Okay.
Yeah, you're totally fine. You're gonna have like a little 1 foot drop and that's it. You're fine.
It's literally like, you see my dreads? Like,
It feels bad for you, I'm sure. There you go. You're gonna come down just a bit.
okay.
There you go. Yep, that's it.
It's feeling better.
Stay exactly like you are. 1 out of 10, Luna.
1 out of 10?
Yeah, 10 being cook yourself.
Initially, like a 6,
Yeah.
and then a 7, and then a 5, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
Good job, Luna!
Okay, so what do you think about this one? AC, does it look good, bad?
I think it depends on wheelbase. It depends where your tires are going to be, like trying to climb or not climb. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't matter if your tires are trying to climb at the same time.
I think that you might be touching your belly right here.
Yeah, that's very possible. She was close, and she's way taller than me.
Yeah.
Hey, Luna, good job. I just know how much you hate off-camber and drop-offs and
There was a lot of hate inside while I was
That
doing
that
this
obstacle obstacle?
Okay, let's see Kevin.
So like right here when it gets, that's not really that unloaded, huh?
Not yet.
I was gonna play with the suck down loop.
Let off. You're on the stuff down, aren't you?
I don't know.
You are. For sure you are. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never had a suck down lunch on his vehicle before.
So right here when it's like that, I think.
You don't need it there.
No, but I'm just saying it's still.
But it makes it feel a lot better.
Yeah, because it makes it feel nice and hot.
You're gonna have to work the wheel. You have to be close to the edge, then you think, and it'll start climbing. Yeah. Just work driver. Just keep working driver.
Yeah, you don't want to, but go driver.
Yes,
It's even a little buffer in. It's way further. It still is technically
What happened,
a little
Luna?
more right
What's
than
going
hers,
on
but
So,
Oh.
Kevin,
just back up, turn a little passenger, give it a baby bump.
and I'm not saying he's wrong, but he went a lot more passenger than I did personally. I didn't want to go more passenger because that's going to make it feel more tippy towards my side, right? Because the cliff edge is on the driver's side. So, but again, also completely different wheelbase, smaller tires. You guys, if you've been following along, you know that every rig and every trail we kind of like to compare because it's just so different.
So you're not climbing because you have a big wheel shock in front of your right wheel, your front right.
Woo!
What was that?
I said I got good brakes at least.
Yeah. Whoa!
That you were fine. I know
No,
it
he
feels.
wasn't. No, he wasn't. If he had given that a bigger hit, his front right tire came all the way off the ground. Yes. The bump doesn't, it will bounce you off that hill and off the whole thing.
So what he's doing is what I specifically avoided. I stayed as driver as possible so that the angle of off camber was as less terrible, as least terrible as it could possibly be.
Come back over to the left. Right. There you go. So, forward. 40. Kind of distance we're gonna have. Start yeah. Back down and actually bump that, Kevin. Right there, yeah.
You had it.
A little. Okay. That's it. Driver. Right there.
Woo!
Nice.
So how was that climb?
I did it better. All right, so next up we have this obstacle. I'm not sure if they have names yet, guys, so if you know, correct me below like you guys love to do it. Anyways, so if you want the easiest, that's gonna be over here. But keep in mind, this is very loose sand, so you do have to horsepower your way through. Marlon made it with this 3.6 that identifies
3.6.
as a V8, so take that how you want. The other option is this one. This one is less bad, less scary, very demure, very mindful. This route over here. And then, if you like to have a good time and you don't want to be demure or mindful, you have this line. Now, it's always covered in sand, so that means very low traction and slippy.
And off camber.
And my worst nemesis, slightly off camber. Will the
Yeah.
fall kill you? No, but it won't be great.
So far, honestly, it's so good. I like it. It's very twisty, very flexy. The optional obstacles thus far are pretty fantastic. And definitely, I think, more difficult. Like they catch you unawares. They're more difficult than they look because there's so much sand on this trail and all the rocks are covered in sand. And even though generally out here in the West Coast we have a lot of traction, every once in a while you have those obstacles where there's very little, and most of these seem to be that. So
and I think it's so new also that they haven't been cleaned out by tires. So this trail doesn't get a lot of love because it is new and it is
And not
kind of
everyone
on
know about
yeah,
it.
exactly. People don't know about it, and it is kind of west of what, east technically, or west?
this would be west of where the bulk of the trails are. Is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you rate this trail a 1 out of 10 in difficulty?
Without the optional obstacles, I'd say like a 6. And I only say that because you do need to have articulation, because there are spots where it gets so flexy that you want to make sure your Jeep is capable of articulating well.
Is a 7, and that to me is easier than this.
If you're doing just the optional, yeah, but this, I think this without the optional obstacles, this is a 6. This is nothing without the but if you're taking the obstacles like we are, I'd rate it an 8 probably.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying that first one, because that first one is pretty intense, I'd say that first obstacle is probably like a 9 rated trail. Like an 8, 8.5, like 8 to 9 rated trail, that very first optional one we did. Yeah. That's a pretty gnarly obstacle that you need.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say my consensus is between a 7 and an 8, and I agree with the optional. Just because I don't know, like the maze is a 7.
But there's really, but the maze has...
I hate those drops.
But the maze has obstacles. So far, if you're not taking these optional lines, there's really no obstacles here. It's just a lot of twists and turns and flexy. There's really no obstacles unless you're taking the rock climbs that we are.
We have to wait until the one that I almost flipped.
But even the flexy bits without the obstacles makes this a pretty fun,
like a good 6.
roll through trail. That makes it a pretty solid 6. But I'd say, with the obstacles, you're 8 to 9, depending on which ones you're taking.
I'm looking forward to, in a couple of years, seeing how this trail changes. Because it's going to look completely different.
It's going to completely change. But also, what you were saying is, like, as people drive on them and, like, the sand comes off. So to a point, that might give you more traction. But the issue is, too, a lot of these rocks, as you get more tire into it, they get taller, but it also wears them smoother. So you get to a point where you have very little traction because of the sand and things breaking away, to where you have traction and then you have less traction. Like, there's a whole curve to it.
It's a conundrum. You'll still have fun, though. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I think.
it's a fun
I
trail.
hope. So, yeah.
Let's go. Let's continue.
Yuck. Okay. Going great.
I actually think you were hitting your rear.
No way.
What'd you say? There you go.
going to follow you because of the sun.
This would actually be a fun trail to try in the Liberties once they're locked. I think this would be the extent of what a Liberty that's stock-ish could do. When we pre-ran this trail with our friend Pat, we were in Marlin's JL, and so I was passenger. We did not film, we just kind of wanted to get a feel for it. It felt completely different in the 4-door, I'll tell you that. I will say, for Trail Hero Winter 4x4, this would be a perfect trail for a steering or suspension company to make this their manufacturer ride, to sponsor this ride, and then have their content team or their media team come and film, because it will flex out suspension, it'll show off coilovers, spring shocks, you name it. So this, yeah. I don't want to get hit by the sticks.
Coming like that.
Where's my front passenger?
It is on the rock. Just leave it like that. Don't brake, just roll it. No hay drop, no hay nada. Roll it.
Straighten out a bit. A little more driver. Right there. Coming down on the back or the front.
see you next time.
She said this view was beautiful.
I didn't actually say that. I said it's not so bad.
No, you
I
didn't.
said this
No.
view is not so bad is
Look at
what I said.
Look at this.
Do you have proof?
What do you mean
Where are
not
the
so
receipts?
bad?
Yeah, not so
That's
shabby.
stunning.
Show me another. And look, we were just up in that canyon.
we were camping up there. We
Yeah.
would see the
Camping
rock.
right
You
Yeah.
can literally see the red
You see the
section
red
we
rock that
camped
we
under.
hiked up to. Literally, look how high that.
That's pretty high up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
Well, guys, that was Dominguez Falls, and the best part was sharing it with you guys, because like I think that all the trails that we've been on, you guys have been on them, and
Yeah.
like you've been showing us. So
Yeah.
this is the turns tables. So now we got to show you guys
A trail, a new trail.
a trail that we just recently were shown, and honestly, top 5 trails for me. And I
I
think that
like
you
it.
mentioned it. You hit the nail on the head. I like it so much because there's very minimal off camber. You're like in.
You're being cradled.
Yeah, you're being cradled by the arms of God, so you can't like
You're down
tumble
in the
into
ravine.
can't tumble to your death. And all around, guys, the Jeep did great. Stepchild did great.
I will say,
You have
if
to
you're
work on it.
if you're new to coming out here, or you have a new off-road build, beautiful trail to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
'Cause, like,
Flexing,
You'll figure all your stuff out.
Your
Like,
articulation, your clearances.
bring a Sawzall because you may need to
yeah,
clearance more of your rig.
yeah.
Guys, like always, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you. Big thumbs up, share with your friends and family. Of course, don't forget to like,
Wait, are you
subscribe.
going to talk about me now? Guys, I have been filming all this video. I'm behind the camera.
Thank you, Marlon.
Good job,
Like I
Marlon.
was saying, don't forget to subscribe to our friends Kevin and Brittany from LiteBrite on all the social medias. And we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.
Oh yeah, this is that waterfall, babe.